I'm married to a Filipino. Of course, I have basketball jerseys as pangbaha.
What? You miss my Bisaya accent? I'll give you more.
Why do you think Filipinas are so loving to their husbands?
I think it's because we grow up in big families.
So you fell in love, got married, and suddenly there's a giant wooden spoon on your wall, a tabo in your bathroom, and your in-laws are practically living in your guest room. Welcome to Marrying a Filipino. I'm a double dad, a Texas banker by day, but more importantly, a millennial Filipino husband. I deal with crazy numbers all week, but absolutely nothing prepares you for beautiful chaos of Filipino culture shock. Today we're reacting to absolute wildest married to a Filipino TikToks. Let's see if these couples are surviving or just surviving on rice. Oh man, I can't. Oh, that was a good one. Oh wow, this is awesome. It's so spot on too. All right, let's look at the comments. Double dick and penis is enough. Oh man, you're the girl in my dream. All right, let's look at the other videos.
Why do you think Filipinas are so loving to their husbands?
I think it's because we grow up in big families. You always see your mom, your lola taking care of everyone with so much heart. It becomes normal to show love in little ways.
Why do you think Filipinas are so loving to their husbands?
I think it's how we're raised, no? Family is everything for us. When we love, we give all. Parang ako my best friend, nurse, and cheerleader in one. We like taking care, cooking.
Why do you think Filipinas
Man,
are
they
so
talk
loving
fast.
to their husbands?
I think it's because family is really at the center of how we grow up.
I don't
Kasi
know,
our
I
mom's
think
taking
this
care
is
of everyone,
AI.
even when it's hard. So when we marry,
seems
we
like
want
it's
to say
AI.
na mahalaga siya.
People say Filipinas are so loving to their husbands. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because we grew up really close to family. You see your mom, your titas always taking care of everyone. It's like love is our.
Why do you think Filipinas
I mean,
are so
what they're
loving to
saying
their
is all
husbands?
true.
I think it's how we're raised. Family is everything for us. When we marry, it's not just romance, it's partnership, it's taking care of each other.
We show love.
Why are Filipinas so loving to their husbands?
Kasi we grow up sa bahay na malambing ang mga nanay, you know. We see how they take care of everyone. So when we love someone, parang it's natural na to give everything.
You know what? It's not just the Filipinas, right? It's also the Filipinos. So, wives of Filipino husbands, y'all should know. Oh, most of you. But that's just how we grew up. Very family oriented. Bunch of cousins. In my situation, I'm a bit of the oddball out as it relates to a big family. I'm the only one. But I can tell you, I had a bunch of cousins growing up, and they were practically like my siblings. So with that said, some of them, I don't know. It seemed like it was just talking too fast. It seemed a bit AI to me. Let me know, what y'all think? The first couple ones were super fast. So let's look at the comments. That's true. It's our culture to love our family. Very true. Forever asawa. Asawa means spouse. I always see my mom because we live in the same house. You know what? I gotta tell you, my mom lives in my house too, so I always see my mom. And my wife has to see my mom too. Alright, let's look at another video.
I told you already, we don't go by the time on the invitation, okay? We go by Filipino time. You don't show up at 6 sharp like some robot.
The invite said 6.
No, babe, 6 means 7:38 even. You go at 6. You
That's so true. There is such a thing as Filipino time. Google it right now, or Bing, or whatever your search engine is. I'm telling you, there is such a thing as Filipino time, and it's always late. Filipinos love to make an entrance, but this is facts. Comment is, you heard? Sad but true. That's very true. Well, there you have it. Alright, let's check out another video.
I married a Filipina. Of course I'm learning to cook. Babe, gutom na ako! I married a Filipina. Of course I eat rice.
Is that kare-kare?
Kain tayo.
What? Yeah, it is.
Sarap.
Sarap.
Of course we go to the Asian food store at least once a week. Married a Filipina. Of course I point with my mouth now.
Where's the patis?
Doon. I married a Filipina. Of course I'm a married test. I married a Filipina. Of course my wife smacks me when I make her laugh. Diba, babe? Diba? Aray!
That's funny. Sarap. You know what though? So we live here in South Texas, and we do go to the Asian store. If not every weekend, probably every other weekend. but we pretty much know the people there by name in terms of the workers and cashiers. There's a few out here that we go to, but we probably frequent one special one because that is fish sauce. They have it at HE, a couple other ones, but they have more variety at the Asian store that we go to. So this is facts. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I like the rice is rice pillow. That's from Joel Coy's joke. All right, let's look at another video.
Things Filipinos do that just make sense. Number one is using an umbrella when it's hot. When I first saw this here, I thought they were giving out the umbrellas. They were predicting that it was going to rain. No, they're doing it because it's hot and it shades them from the sun. Genius. Number two, picking things up with their feet. When I was little, I saw
my mom still does this.
Oh my gosh, like
she's almost
so cool.
7.
Practice so hard, and now as a mom, I do it all the time. Three is of course eating with a spoon and a fork. This makes so much more sense to me than a fork and a knife. Because eating with a fork and a knife, your fork is in your left hand. So like switch your fork to your right hand to eat. Super awkward. Spoon and fork for the win, or better yet, just eat with your hands.
I also eat with my hands, and my kids are now eating well. They're toddlers, but now, so my boy is 12. He's like that turning teenage stage transition. He eats with his hands. My middle daughter, she eats with her hands. My youngest one, she gets fed because she pretty much runs the house. She's so spoiled. But I eat with my hands. First time my wife saw me eat with my hands, she's American. She was like, "What are you doing?" I'm eating, because we were at my apartment. And she was so shocked. She was like, "What? Did you wash your?" Of course I wash my hands, but I eat with my hands at home, not if we're like out in public at a restaurant. But this is true. We use umbrella when it's hot because we're taking care of our skin. Most of the Filipinos, or us, like to have fair skin. We're darker, is what she's saying. I don't know. They say I'm lighter for a Filipino, but I probably got some Chinese blood in me too, but I'm lighter for a Filipino. I don't use an umbrella when it's raining because I don't want it to get wet. Wow, that's such a Filipino comment. All right, let's look at another one.
My wife's Filipino. Of course the number one comment we get on social media is, "What website did you order her from?"
I married a white guy. Of course we met in the military, but that's because I joined the military before he did.
Oh, respect.
My wife's Filipino. Of course she's always going to look 10 to 15 years younger than me, even though we're close to the same age.
I married a white guy. Of course he looks like a pedophile when he's next to me. That's because he wasn't taught properly to do lotion.
Hang on, sorry. She said fetophile. She said that with an F, y'all. Alright, her Filipina came out on that one, so she is a true Filipina. Alright, let's get back into it.
I married a Filipino. Of course my kids look nothing like me, and everybody thinks that I adopted them along with their mom.
I'm Filipino. Every time we're out in public, everybody's asking me if my 13-year-old is my son or my brother.
I married a Filipina. Of course she makes us eat rice with every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I married a white guy, and of course people automatically assume that he's rich, but he's broke as a motherfucker.
I married a Filipino. People automatically assume I'm the one with the money, but she makes more than I do.
Probably does. She's probably a nurse right now after the military. I'm being so stereotypical, but it's probably true. She's probably in healthcare, or I don't know, mail service. So Filipinos, they're either in healthcare or they're delivering mail. It's probably one of those two. On our honeymoon, they kept asking my husband for his military discount. Brother, my wife spent time in Okinawa as a military brat, so I feel you on the rice. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, my stepmom is Filipino, and this is so accurate. Alright, well there you have it. Let's take a look at another video.
I'm married to a Filipino. Of course I eat rice 3 times a day. At my merienda pa in between. I'm married to a Filipina. Of course she makes sure I have everything I need before I leave the house. The best siya talaga. I'm married to a Filipina. Of course she prepares my pang-bihis before I leave out. Ay ko. Sige. I'm married to a Filipina. Of course I learn Tagalog and Ilocano so we can marites together.
Hey, bilisan mo! May exam na naman kapatbahan natin! Bigbigat naman tagmamaritisan! Hindi ka pinagarmosan, hindi ka na nalamisan! Napo, umay kagat din, adong masaom.
Oh my gosh, that was spot on. I don't speak the other. I think he said Ilocano. I just speak and understand Tagalog. But the Marites thing, it's so true. I have cameras for my driveway, my house. Basically, I have a full 360 view. My favorite show on TV is probably my security cameras. It's always on. I got surveillance wherever I'm at. It's Wi-Fi. So I see what's happening in the hood. But it's true, we're just Snoopy. But it is what it is. Alright, let's look at the comments. Was that ube? Bro, I'm telling you, that cake, I think it was ube. It was purple. I think my Filipina is broken. She didn't do any of these. I'm gonna have to return her. Oh man. Alright, let's look at another one.
I'm married to a Filipino. Of course, I have basketball jerseys as pangbahay.
I'm married Nosy. Of course, I'm the only one who dances at the white parties.
I'm married to a Filipino. Of course, I'm the token white person at every party.
I'm married Nosy. Of course, I have a Bunnings hat.
This is true. My wife is usually the token white girl at our family functions, but it is what it is. It's so true. Oh man, that is hilarious. Love the hat. Can you send me one? They are matched. Both good looking couple. I want to go to Aussie. Well, there you go. Yeah, this was a good one. My wife and I have been together for quite some time, and we are an interracial couple. I'm Filipino. She is white. But it's funny, we met at the bank. So we were both branch managers, and that's where we met. But we have 3 kids now. My kids, I don't know, it's 50-50. Sometimes there will be like, I'm Filipino. And sometimes there will be like, I'm a kid. I don't know. But it's been fun, and I can't wait for more shenanigans in terms of how our family dynamic is and how our kids grow up, and if they're gonna go back and really research their heritage and the history. But I'm wow, my Filipino just came out. I was just gonna say proud, but it came out proud. Anyway, this is a cool one. Look, the cultural differences might be a massive shock at first, but honestly, marrying into a Filipino family is the best return on investment you'll ever get. The food alone pays daily dividends. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from the intercultural couples out there. What's the absolutely craziest Filipino culture shock you or your partner has ever experienced? Drop it in the comments below so I know my wife and I aren't the only ones. And if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button to join the Adobo family for more cultural shocks and money myths. And remember, make smart moves, not just loud ones. I'll see you on the next one.